Hello, welcome to College of Adaptive Arts podcasting class. My name is Ben, and today we will be interviewing Carmen Roman, which is a doctor, psychologist here in San Jose, California, and podcaster herself. We are thrilled to have her in our class. Welcome, Dr. Roman. How are you today?
I am really good, Ben. Thank you for having me here.
We are so happy to have you with us and to know that you are a podcaster too. Yes.
Yes.
What is the name of your podcast and what do you talk about? What do you enjoy about putting together in your own podcast?
The name of my podcast is Emotions in Harmony, and I talk about emotions. I talk about psychology and how we can live an harmonious life. I enjoy about putting together my podcast that I can talk about anything I want from my profession.
Hello, my name is Elric. Being a psychiatrist in San Jose, you obviously enjoy helping others. What a wonderful job to have working with two cultures, two languages, and helping anyone feel comfortable who comes to you. What made you want to be a psychiatrist? What areas do you help people within your practice?
I wanted to be a psychologist because I wanted to help people suffering, people who suffer emotionally or have traumas. And in my area in psychologist, I work with people who have sexual abuse or they were assaulted or they break with their relationship, they are getting divorced or they are having anxiety or depression.
Hello, my name is Marco, and my question is, what do you see as the importance of education and what it means for lifelong discovery and passion? What did it mean to you to choose something you wanted to accomplish and achieve that dream?
I think education is really important because it helps you to open your mind to something new, to discover something new. You take one class in music or in voiceover or in theater, and then you go and open your brain and see new possibilities. And I wanted to accomplish the dream for me of education because my family didn't have education. So I wanted to learn myself what does mean that.
Yes, and may I ask, like, what part of Mexico were you in?
I am from Guadalajara, Mexico.
You know what? Same as my family is grandma.
Mm-hmm.
I know how tough it is, and I support you for what you're doing to your family.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Alice. We know have been on TV, radio. Could you share with our audience more about this decision? How do you prepare yourself for sharing your audience? Do you get nervous?
I have been in TV since 25 years ago, and my first TV time, I was extremely nervous. I didn't know what to do or what to say. I didn't know if people wanted to hear what I was saying. So I went to my friends and asked them to help me to prepare. It was a TV channel for the state, for local, and we were talking about helping parents to educate their children. Mm.
Hi, my name is Curtis. And how did you hear about CA? Do you have a personal connection or experience with someone who is on the autism spectrum or of a differing ability that you would like to share with our audience? What did this experience mean to you?
I learned about CAA because I know one of the founders, and we are friends in the Rotary. So I have the personal connection with her, and I had personal connections with people with autism because I work with some of my clients during my training years with people with autism. And now sometimes I work with people who have very little education and difficult to think sometimes or put together their ideas. So that experience means a lot to me because it's also where I am coming from. My parents, my family, they have sometimes challenges.
Can you tell us more about your family struggles?
Yes, for example, I have one aunt that she was having a lot of difficulty to learn how to cross the street because we were living in a big city and they came from a very small place in the city in Guadalajara. So she, instead of learning how to cross the street, she was closing her eyes and wanted to go. Yeah. So um, my family needed to teach her to wait in the light and to cross only when it's possible and all of this. Yeah. And she was an adult. She was 40 when she wanted to learn how to cross the street. But she was from a small village. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, no, your family's from Guadalajara, and my dad's from Durango. My mom's from Tasco Guerrero. It's a really good village. It's hard to get a doctor there. Is are you, are do you travel to? Would you travel to each state of Mexico to help them out?
That's an excellent question, Marcus, because this is the reason why I started the podcast. Because I am here in San Jose and I have been psychologist in Mexico, and I know that there are places that I cannot have a psychologist. And there are here in San Jose places where people cannot go and pay for therapy. So I put all of these topics into a podcast because people can open their phone and voila, it's in their phone. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If someone was going to do a podcast, how would they get started?
If someone want to do a podcast, I think the first thing is to think what are the topic that he or she wants to talk, or what they want to talk, and then write down what are the resources that they need. They need a microphone, a computer, etc. What they need and how much time they have during the week. Yeah. And also, I will suggest that they go and find people who told the similar topics, who are in the same profession And if some others have podcasts about that, about the same, so he can start be friends with that person on networking. Yeah.
So what would you like to do a podcast about, Curtis? I think we talked about this in previous classes.
I'd like to do a podcast in movie reviews.
So explain a little bit more to Dr. Roman, and maybe she can.
Like watch one, go see a movie, and then do a podcast with how I liked it, what it's about.
Yeah, that's great. It's a wonderful idea, yes. Do you have a question, Ben? Okay. We have another question from Ben, one of our students. Do you just have any? It doesn't have to be the question on the paper. It can be something.
What college did you graduate at, and when was your year at the college did you stay at?
What college and when?
I graduated from the Institute of Transpersonal Psychology, the PhD in clinical psychology, and the class was 2014,
Wow.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yes, almost 6.
Fifth anniversary.
Uh-huh.
No, it's really hard. It's really hard to, like for some people, it's hard to graduate at school. Like they got a miserable life. Some get been bullied. Like yada yada. Have you ever had any troubling in the past like that? Like probably like hard communicating with people.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. When I started the PhD, I didn't speak English. I was only speaking Spanish. So I went to the school and I needed to ignore the people who were laughing because the teacher will say something and I didn't understand. And I will answer something else. Yeah. Very difficult.
I'm just saying this because I'm aware of bullying around. Like we all are different races, and
Because bullying is against the law.
yes.
And what type of environment do we promote at CAA?
Leave it at the door.
Leave it at the door, and always respect your teachers and students. Help each other, and that's all I can remember, I think.
Well, that's it in a nutshell. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I wish we had all the time in the world to interview Dr. Roman. She has many wonderful things to offer. Do you have, if you could mention your business again, please, the name and where people can contact you, and then we'll have our last student ask a question of you.
Yes, my podcast is, I have 2 podcasts actually. One is Emotions in Harmony, and it's about psychology. You can learn about anxiety, depression, all of these emotional challenges. And the website is www.emotionsinharmony.org. And also we have another podcast called Inspírame. It's in Spanish. And it's people, our listeners, telling stories. They want to tell stories to other people.
If you can share one thing about yourself to inspire or motivate others, what will it be? What do you like in your spare time?
One thing that I can say that I can inspire others is there is always opportunity for learning and growth. You just need to find the resources somewhere around. And there is always somebody willing to help you. You just need to go and ask and keep asking until you find it. And in my spare time, I like to cook. I love cooking. And also, I like dancing. I do the Aztec dancing.
So before we close,
Thank you very much, Dr. Roman, for coming to the CAA podcasting class and chatting with us. It has been a wonderful talk with you and hear and share your journey with us. Thank you, Dr. Roman.
Thank you, Ben. Thank
yes,
you all.
and thank you all, students. You did a wonderful job. Very proud. And let's give ourselves a hand, right? Big clap.